That's awesome. All right.
Recording in progress.
Welcome, Jason.
Recording in progress.
That's
Hello,
beautiful.
hello, Jason Paige.
is
Right
that-
here on Anime Dad Podcast.
Is that your voice that they use for Zoom?
That's me. You didn't know that. That's my most famous voiceover work.
I did know that. That's why I'm having you on in the first place. Actually, I'm getting this podcast is sponsored by Zoom. So as you can, no, that's great. As I was saying before, I love your setup. It's incredible. How long has it taken you to get that set up?
Well, I've been looping for since I was born. I've been looping over and over in my mind. The music is just going on in my head. And when in the 1970s, they have a digital delay pedal that just you would hit it and it would just go. Whatever you put in, it would echo for however long you want it. And they took that technology and they made loopers out of it. And it's a looper is just basically I just whatever I say it repeats for me. 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 So this is this 1970s technology that they finally spread out onto this looper device, and ever since I got it, there's no need for a band. I just sing it all. I don't need a band to sing it all. I don't need a band to sing it all. I don't need a band to sing it all. I don't need a band to sing it all. I don't need a band to sing it all. I don't need a band to sing it all. I don't need a band to sing it all. I don't need a band to sing it all.
That's amazing.
It's got other effects that you just get. You add these effects as you want them.
That's real cool. That's incredible. The first time I actually learned about the loop pedal was Ed Sheeran. Obviously, he
oh yeah.
I met him when I was in Auckland, and we had a bit of a jam up there, and he was playing with the loop pedal, and I've seen him a few times in concert as well. But it's incredible, and what people can do with it, what you can do with it, as you've just demonstrated, is pretty gangster. It's pretty cool, and you can become your own band. You just need it when you go on stage. I know you've got a band, but do you do gigs yourself, just yourself with your loop?
Yeah. I mean, I use a band every now and then, and they're just playing to the loops that I create. So
right.
They just add the real vibe and energy. And also when you have a song structure that's longer than 4 bars, then you need to have that. But sometimes you can work out where you do the first 4 bars here, then you do the second 4 bars here, and you have a proper structure that is longer than this monotonous loop thing that happens. But the band makes the monotonous loop less monotonous.
Right. No, it's freaking cool. It's real cool.
Thank you, sir. And you're Anime Dad. Who are you a father to?
I got 2 young girls, 6 and 3-year-old, and I also, a lot of anime protagonists don't have fathers, so I consider myself a protagonist father overall. Are you a dad?
I am a father to all children.
Beautiful.
All kids are mine, is what I say. I don't have any genetically attached to me that I know of, but I know that all kids and now kidults like yourself are mine. I've reached the age where the average 30 to 40-year-old could actually be my genetic child as well, and they appear to look at me as a father figure, which is very bizarre to me since I don't have any kids, and I'm not really, I love kids, and kids are they swirl around me wherever I go anyway. So
yeah, well, could you for me then? Because I mean, my dad was good, but could you say you're proud of me, Jason? Please?
Oh, dude, I'm so proud of you, Anime Dad. I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much. Actually, that warms my heart. That's very special. And I'm sure you get a lot of people who would like you to or idolize you as their father and friend. So you were just saying before you have a new song being released. I think I've heard it on your pages. Is that released already, or is that going to be released?
The song that you heard on my pages was Ash's "Don't let this be, I'll never let this be our last goodbye." the ending the Ash ending song. And that's already released on all the major platforms. Of course, it takes a couple of weeks for all of them to get it, but it's now out on Spotify, and I put the video out, and we'll be doing more promotion and press releasing about it, because it's such an impactful moment for the Pokemon community. And I didn't realize, I mean, people have been messaging me and talking about Ash's ending for a while now, but the comments on this video are absolutely incredible. The love, the joy, the tears of joy that people are shedding. Every third comment is somebody crying for the loss, or the it's not really a loss. It's just a realization of our humanness, of the joy and the nostalgia that's inside. Like those tears are ultimately tears of joy. Even if you're not experiencing the joy of it, you're experiencing the loss of it. It's because of all of the joy that you experience relative to this fictional drawing. It's not even a real thing. I'm a real human being singing a real song. So people can actually communicate with me about it, but they can't talk to this cartoon character, and they can't even talk to the voiceover actor of the cartoon character, because they're clearly a voiceover actor. I'm embodying the essence of the experience of nostalgia and joy. So the comments are just flowing in a beautiful, abundant way, and I have absolute gratitude for that. So thank you for sharing that. And if you were one of the many commenters, I'm trying to read them all, and they're coming in really quick, and they're all beautiful.
That's great. That's great. No, I've seen them. I did comment, and just leading up to this interview, I've had many of my followers reach out and say, just pass on my thanks and my love to Jason, because you've got a lot of fans out there, and people love you and love what you do and love your voice, and it's impacted so many people's lives. So on behalf of them, thank you. Where do most people follow you? Where are you? I know you. I've seen you across all social media platforms. Where do you post the most, or where do people follow you the most?
I just went from 7 to 70,000 followers on TikTok in the past 4 weeks, with a couple of very key videos that did very well. So now TikTok is my largest and most avid platform. And I've been doing live streams there. YouTube, I've been on since 2005, and I'm just at 70,000 now. And I've been working really hard to build that and build it and build it. And TikTok did it in 2 weeks. So I have to give my attention to TikTok and say, and then YouTube is great too. Those people are amazing. They're engaging in a different way. And there's different types of content there. TikTok, it's quicker. I don't even have the full song on TikTok, but I do have it on YouTube. So you can engage with me on all those platforms, and jasonpaige.com has links to all of it right there, and updates and posts.
That's perfect. Yeah, and I've seen the one that went the most viral is when you sing to that fan of yours, and he's like, "Oh, Jason Paige," and he freaks out.
Yeah,
that's so cool. That's such a cool experience. You must get that a lot though. People freaking out.
Yeah, it's a freak out video that I've posted 1,000 times before, and it's never gone viral until now. So I think it's the TikTok algorithm that is really working for the people that want to see that heartwarming story. And whatever that algorithm is, it serves the people. It's not serving the investors like I think it does on Instagram and YouTube.
Completely agree. All right, well, let's before we get into the quick fire questions, just to get to know you and allow the fans to get to know you a bit more, could you just say for us, "Hi, I'm Jason Paige, and welcome to the Anime Dad podcast"?
Hello, I'm Jason Paige, the voice of a generation, and welcome to the Anime Dad podcast.
I love it. That's great. That's great.
There you go.
That's beautiful. That's perfect as well. And I love the echo at the end. All right, so 10 quick fire questions just to get to know you. Nothing incriminating, nothing strange or weird. You just answer from the top of your head. Are you ready?
I'm not ready. Oh no, that's off the top of my head. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, what
Are
is
you ready?
your favorite town?
My favorite town.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York.
That's awesome. Where do you live, by the way? Like, if you're allowed to say what
I am
area.
a Upper West Side resident, and I'm also spending a lot of time in Hollywood. Hollyweird is as I like to call it. It's beautiful, the hills, the mountains, the ocean, but New York has the energy. So I
Cool.
split my time.
That's awesome. All right, what's your favorite dance move on the dance floor?
I like the freestyle. I'm just a freestyle antic. I can't actually do a dance move that is choreographed. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a video on Thursday for another new song, and the producer suggested we do a dance segment, and I was like, I can freestyle like nobody else can, like no one ever could, but I can't do choreography. So any move, even like the electric slide, I'm like, I can't do it. It's my body has a I'm slightly dance challenged.
And you just feel the music. Okay.
I feel the music. I'm freestyle crazy though. You never seen anything like it.
Awesome. Who's the favorite person in your life right now?
My business manager and longtime friend Enrique Margulis, guy's just a messenger of truth, light, and information. He's like the most interesting man in the world. You know that the commercials they all
Yes.
have this guy's he's into everything. He knows everything about everything. He's amazing.
Oh, it's good to have those people in your life for sure. What is your favorite hobby?
I think it's gotta be looping because it's can't stop looping. Can't stop looping. Can't stop looping. Can't stop looping. Can't stop looping.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to looping.
They have rehab centers, based around
Looping rehab.
Looping for sure. What is your guilty pleasure other than looping?
I've recently got into the Whole Foods organic chocolate. And I know I shouldn't be eating as much of it, but at this like certain time of the night, I'm like, I want some chocolate, and I make my way to Whole Foods, and I get that organic chocolate, and it's really good. It's better than like a lot of the higher end chocolates that are not organic.
Right. How do you keep fit and healthy? You seem to be always fit and healthy, even if you eat that much chocolate.
Yeah, well, besides the chocolate, which is that's why I feel guilty about that. I eat all organic, and I've just discovered organic and vegan for a while, and then I realized that I was deficient in certain nutrients, and so I started eating meat again. But I didn't want to just eat any meat. I ate the grass-fed, grass-finished beef that is raised, that lives better lives than most human beings live. And because they live this great life, I support the great life that they live, and then they support the great life that I'm able to live afterwards.
Cool.
So that's pretty much it. And I do drink the best water in the world that I collect for myself in the mountains of Azusa. I go with bottles of water to a fresh mountain spring, and I collect it, and I just use that water for as many things as possible.
Really?
All cooking and even cleaning. It even cleans better than the normal fluoridated, crazy, toxic water that LA pumps through and New York pumps through the pipes.
Wow. Okay, that's
so the water. We are made of water, and water is a really, really important element of our lives to have the best water.
That's cool.
You're made of water. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good to know. Yeah, no, I'm all about healthy living, and we live off grid here and have our own animals that we bring up. And,
oh wow. Great. Where do you get your water?
We've got streams, so coming down from the mountains, and
yes,
and then sometimes rainwater. But yeah, we got crystal clear streams with giant eels living in them, just coming down.
Wow.
Two of them right through our property. So that's quite special for us.
Dude, that's great. That's the best you can do right there. I mean, it was just basically, if we follow nature's lead, we can live as healthy as possible. You know, there is a theory that we need to consume toxins so that our body has the ability to defend against toxins if we're in a toxic environment. And the idea that you could eat a dandelion that grows out of the middle of the highway intersection, because that dandelion is exposed to all those toxins and it builds a defense against the toxins. So if you eat a plant that already understands its toxic environment that you're in, that plant will transmit its immunity to you, its intelligence to you. So something about being so clean isn't really the best option, I think. I think it's kind of a middle ground. You eat the clean stuff, but you also develop ability to protect yourself against the toxic environment.
You know what? That's almost like letting your child play in the mud, or letting your child, not wash their hands as much after doing certain things. But yeah, similar concept. All right, back to the questions. Sweet or savory? Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Yeah,
I'm addicted to the chocolate. There you go.
Whole food chocolate. Dog or cat person?
I think I'm gonna say cats. I don't know why. I mean, I'm kind of both are even, but I'll go for the cats in this question.
All right. Favorite color?
You know, I don't really have a favorite. I have experiences. But recently I've been wearing a lot of blue, and I got out of the shower the other day and the blue dye from the shirt stained my entire body. It was very bizarre. So I love blue. I love wearing blue, but I'm now leery about it getting on my body.
That makes sense.
It's more chemicals, more crazy chemicals in the shirts. I was like, Enrique, my most inspirational person in the world, said, you gotta wash those shirts a lot of times before you wear them, because they got all kinds of chemicals in them, and the chemicals are on your body the whole time you sweat, and all of a sudden you got chemicals all over your body. Your body's absorbing. Your skin is the biggest organ of your whole body. It absorbs all the chemical stuff that's in these fabrics, and now we got polyester is pretty much poison toxic for your body. So don't wear any polyester either.
True, that makes sense. You actually turned into a Squirtle. You evolved from Jason into a Squirtle.
That's kind of how Enrique talks. He's like, he's like a Don.
That's
he
awesome.
Knows everything.
And what's your? I know you probably love all music, but final question: what genre of music do you relate to the most?
I relate to. It's beatboxing. It's stuff that I've never heard before. Anything that I cannot identify what it is. And these beatboxers today, if you've watched them online, there's a culture of beatboxing that has created the most incredible sonic experience from that one human being could ever have produced in his in humanity. It's amazing. The best beatboxers in the world are out there, and I used to be the best beatboxer. I used to be the top floor of a 10-floor building, I like to say. Now that building is 150 floors, and I'm like on the 20th floor. There's guys that are just doing the most incredible thing ever. So beatboxing, and that also comes from being influenced by other genres. The beatboxers are beatboxing what only computers could do before, the dubstep and the crazy techno stuff. Now they're doing it with their mouths and even more.
Oh, well, what you just demonstrated is pretty darn cool. Having having that beatboxing knowledge, and because you loop as well, you can connect that in so nicely.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. And I heard one of the things that, I mean, your music career is incredible, and what you've done is amazing. One thing that caught my eye is you were on stage with Michael Jackson doing rapping. Is that right?
Yes.
Protection from gangs of the nations, causing great fit human relations. It's a turf war on a global scale. I'd rather hear both sides of the tale. See, it's not about races, just places, spaces. Where your blood comes from is where your space is. I seen the shop get duller. I'm not gonna spend my life being the color.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And you got to meet him?
Yes, of course. I was the background singer for the whole entire show. There were 8 background singers, and I got to step out and do that rap. I didn't actually step out. My voice stepped out, but my body stayed exactly where I was on the stage with the background singers. but we got to sing all of the music that was performed for Michael Jackson by the various other superstars that were performing in the first act. Usher, Whitney Houston, Ray Charles. There were incredible people performing. And then we got to perform with Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 in their reunion, which the whole thing was the 30th anniversary of the Jackson 5.
Mm-hmm.
And the J5 came out and did their thing. We sang all the backgrounds for the Jackson 5 material, and then we did all of Michael's songs in the third part of the show. An epic, unbelievable experience in under one roof, all of those people with that much energy, and the energy of the audience was unbelievable. There was more applause in between the songs than the length of the songs. Like the song would happen, there'd be 15 minutes of applause.
Wow.
And then they'd be setting up for the next song, which had a full production of different people and dancers and sets and stage and all kinds of things. So it was incredible.
That's would that be one of your favorite music experience that you've had, or what other experiences have just taken your breath away as a performer?
As a performer, that was just the most epic thing that could ever have been. But in terms of the musicality, when I toured with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I was the front man and had to live up to the level of that music and that those arrangements and the technical jazz level that some of these guys had was really huge. So I had to be the best singer that I could possibly be and on point as possible and relate to the crowd as a front man, relating the story and the emotion and the ideas behind the song, not just the musical part, which the band was just at the top level in. That was an incredible experience.
Awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. And getting back to anime, do you watch anime, or how else is it involved in your life other than being the voice of a generation?
Go Speed Racer, go! That's the only anime that I really watched when I was a kid. I mean, I did watch the Flintstones and I did watch the Jetsons, and I watched all these cartoons that are the predecessors to what anime looks like now. But I haven't really gotten into any anime except for the Pokemon stuff that I've watched. And I go to these conventions and there's so many characters walking around from so many different animes. It's like there is no mainstream one that's like besides Pokemon that everybody knows. So, but it's a massive ecosystem that is just continuing to expand. I'm going to an event this weekend, DreamHack, and I'm sure there are going to be a lot of anime cosplayers there this weekend.
Cool. And I mean, you've obviously come so far and have had such an incredible career so far. How did it all begin, Jason?
Well, I think, when you come out of the womb, you're singing.
Right.
All singing, all crying is music, just a pitch. So we are always musically moving, no matter what's happening in our lives. Sound is music, however you want to cut it up. And AI is taking advantage of that right now. But the career part actually, I think, started when I went to the High School of Music and Art. Fame! I want to live forever. I want to learn how to fly. Hey! The school trained kids that wanted careers in music, art, dance, and drama. And I got into music and art as a voice major and started learning how to sing. Of course, I already knew how to sing. I was learning how to sing what they wanted me to sing. So my career started when I got on the grid that they wanted me to be on. Mm-hmm. And then it really, my career is a result of both being on the grid and being off the grid. Like we are a combination of all that has come before us that we can learn and all that we can create that has never been done before. And my skills learning what has been done were done in school. And then as soon as I got out of school, I began to do the things that had not been done before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what both are extremely exciting and extremely important and challenging, and things that are career enhancing. But the first gigs, I think, in my career where I was actually making money was when I was doing magic on the streets of New York City, just basically setting up a milk crate and then stopping crowds and just doing magic right there on the streets. And I got a manager and an agent through that, and they started sending me on auditions, and then I started doing TV and film stuff. And then so it was very early that this all happened, my performing.
That's awesome. And you seem to be such a positive, happy guy who's got so much energy, and all your content, it comes across. I can feel your energy through my phone. Have you always been like that? Do you have, obviously, people who are happy, energized, and excitable? They have downtime as well where they're not, or are you always this type of person?
Well, I was reading one of my journals. I have a box of journals from 1 to 30 or 40 of them. And the first one I started writing in was in 1991, 1990, around 1991. And until then, I had written songs and poetry in school, but the journal struck me because I was purging all of the confusion and the personal angst and all the things that were in my downtime were transferred to the book. And like, I almost don't remember having all of that anxiety because I got rid of it. I like purged it. So yes, I had the anxiety and I had the downtime, but I was able to find an outlet to get it out. And I think that looping and art and creating is that outlet for me. So I don't have it manifest in the world as much. There are ups and downs within the industry and the career pathway where things are happening all the time. And then you have to see the downtime as not downtime, but more time to reflect and time to learn about yourself, as opposed to being so outwardly focused. You can be inwardly focused when things aren't happening, and you sort of examine yourself through that downtime. So yeah, I definitely have it, but I don't see it as unproductive time. I see it as productive time when I can find deeper insight into myself during that time. Whereas before in my life, it was anxiety and get it out. And I got it out, and it led to the person I am today. I think we all kind of have that need to express, and that's what you're doing with your podcast, and with your home, your farm, your basically your lifestyle is an expression of you, which is great because it sounds like it's pretty cool and it's connected to nature as well.
Yeah, definitely. I walked outside this morning. Now that's very special, Jason. Thank you very much. But I walked outside this morning, and I heard about 4 or 5 deer roaring, because it's roaring season at the moment, and because we live in the complete bush, and it's so special to live amongst nature and just be involved.
How do they roar? Is this a sound they make?
Yeah. So it's mating season, and it is quite intimidating, but they got like a really a gut like roar, and it's loud. Literally sounds like a lion or something like that. These giant stags. And what hunters do, they go into the forest, they take a particular thing and they blow it, or they make a roar sound through it, and the deer thinks it's another deer trying to take his territory, so he runs straight towards the roar sound, and that's how they get those stags.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's very, very intimidating, but very special.
Interesting. How interesting.
Yeah, you get goosebumps straight from it. Okay, well, I got some questions from fans.
Cool.
About Pokemon. So, what is your favorite Pokemon? Do you have one?
Well, like I said, I don't have favorites. I have experiences, but I had a really good experience with Mr. Mime in the Detective Pikachu movie. I was like, that's a Pokemon really doing some work. That's a Pokemon connecting with us. That's a Pokemon communicating with us. That's not just a Pokemon in its own world. That's a Pokemon in our world. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, you're right. And Mr. Mime, I spoke to Veronica Taylor a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying that she would choose Mr. Mime as a Pokemon because he could help out around the house and do the dishes, and you can't see Pikachu doing all that stuff. Uh, um, do you have any experiences with fans from the Pokemon series that stands out to you?
Yeah, recently had another fan request a tattoo on their body of my lyric writing with my autograph. It
Wow.
happened at one time before. Actually, it's happened a couple of times. Once in German. In German, they wanted me to write the Pokemon lyrics in German, so I wrote them out and sent it to them in a picture, and then they had that supposedly tattooed on their body. But they never sent me a video of it, so I don't know if it actually happened. But there was another fan who did send me the video of the lyrics written out on her calf with my autograph on the bottom, and I just got another request for that. So, except this time I'm going that person, I just sent them the lyrics. This time I'm actually going to see the person in person and write it on their arm, and then the tattoo artist will just go over it. So they have to not shower until they get it traced over, because I
That
think
is
that's how they do
special.
tattoos. They trace over whatever pattern
Yeah.
they want.
Oh, that is really, really special. What a privilege to be on someone's body to that degree. And that just is a depiction of how much people love you and love what you've done to their lives. Wow. That is,
Unbelievable. Yeah,
yeah.
I was really flattered. So I'm open if anybody wants any other tattoo requests. Just send me a message.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Do you have good relationships with the Pokemon the original Pokemon cast?
Yeah, I actually was at a Comic Con with Sarah Natochenny, and I was actually at that Comic Con with Veronica Taylor. She was, and Stuart Zagnet was at one of them as well. So, and she's great. I've had lots of communications with Veronica. She's amazing, and Sarah's fabulous as well. I did meet Tara Sands at one other event, but besides that, I don't really know any of the other ones.
Right.
Although there are tons of them that have just done the voice of one Pokemon, and I see their big anime expo poster that has all their characters, and they'll have a couple of Pokemon on there. There's a lot of voice actors that have been involved with Pokemon.
That's cool. Did you voice any Pokemon?
I did not. I did not. I did have an audition for for the series when it went to Netflix a few years back, and they didn't choose me.
That's fine. That's fine. I reckon you'd have. What would your Pokemon voice be?
Well, I was doing a kind of an Ash voice because they wanted somebody that kind of sounded like that. So I tried to make myself kind of young and kind of in that same mode as Ash would be, kind of like the song. I want to be the same voice as the theme song. So it's that guy.
That's cool. That's cool. I would have chosen you. That would be great Pokemon. Or
I
maybe
thought it
this.
would be great.
Yeah. All right. Well, too, I know you guys have to do, and I really appreciate your time, but I just wanted to finish on a bit of a challenge for you.
All
So
right.
I will say a random word, actually from our fans, a random word, and you just make up a couple of lines of looping, song, whatever on that word. I want to test your improv skills. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. Random word. Let me have a look. Let's do one on trees.
Trees, trees, they're growing. 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 Trees, they're growing. Trees are growing and they connect to the ground. They keep you grounded and abound. All you gotta do is wrap a wire around a tree to your hands and your feet and grounded. Trees are growing. The leaves they are falling. The trees are showing everybody what we gotta do, 'cause we gotta be trees. be like the train. Big, big, big like the train. Big like the train. Just big like the train. Just big like the train. Just big like the train.
Okay.
Bro, that is amazing. You're so talented. All right, Ash Ketchum. Ash Ketchum.
Ash Ketchum, Ash Ketchum, 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 Ash Ketchum, Ketchum, Ash Ketchum, Ash Ketchum, 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 Ash Ketchum, 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 Ketchum. He's a boy. He's a boy with a mouth for a best friend.
You're amazing, bro. You're so talented. You've got such talent and improv skills. That you make me not only I'm dancing to the my dad dancing to these songs, but your ability. Yeah, even I want to be the very best. The song that has part of making you the voice of a generation has just been in my head since I've found out that I was going to talk to you for so many days. This morning I'm singing it to myself. It is so special, and your voice has impacted so many people's lives. It's incredible. All right, final one. Let's go with New Zealand. New Zealand.
New Zealand, I gotta get me to New Zealand. I gotta get me to New Zealand. Gotta get me to New Zealand. Gotta get me to I gotta get to New Zealand 'cause I hear it's really, 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 really green there. Doing lots of things there. Be shooting lots of deer there. Maybe a stag in the woods and he's calling with a roar to his people. Trying to get his breaking news, then I'm gonna find him in New Zealand. Gotta get me to Gotta get me to New Zealand. Gotta get me to New Zealand.
Wow. Bro, you are amazing. Your voice is so cool.
There you go.
You got such an awesome voice. It's incredible.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
incredible.
Thank you.
So where can people listen to your music? On Spotify, on your website, there's links to it, yes?
That's right, jasonpage.com, and on Spotify you can search Jason Page. I have a thing with Ino, DJ from the Netherlands, AIN0, and Jason Page. If you search that on all platforms, we have a whole bunch of music that we've released, including the new song that we're going to film a video for tomorrow called Gamer, which is about all these gamers that are streaming all the time. And that's going to be a really cool release. That's our next release. But DJ Ino, AIN0, and Jason Page for all the cool Jason Page music. Also, you can check it out on my Instagram and my YouTube and my Facebook as well.
And TikTok, of course.
And TikTok, yes, TikTok.
And thank you very much for putting the card out as a prize. It's incredible. I love your cards. Where can people? Obviously, they can check out my page and your page.
JasonPage.com/shop.
And that's where you get your cards from. They're incredible. Who designed them? That is awesome.
I designed this with a friend of mine, and it was my poster for a long time, and then we just made a card out of it. But there's all kinds of original Jason Page cards that you can get there, and I sign other Pokemon cards and other Pokemon items, Funko Pops and graded VHS tapes as well. I'm also on eBay, but the Jason Page shop is the best place to go. And I just started a Shopify version of it, so you can probably find me there on Shopify as well. But right now, jasonpage.com/shop for one of these cards. And we're going to give this away to one of your people.
Yes.
We don't know who it is. Do we know?
We don't know because
not
yet.
Live.
No. But I'll be releasing it. The competition as we go. Yeah, that'll be amazing. It looks incredible.
Imagine and create.
Oh,
there it is with the JP logo on the back.
I want that tattooed on my chest.
I'll draw the outline next time I'm in New Zealand.
Yes. Oh no! Thank you very, very much, Jason. You're amazing. We all love you here in New Zealand, and I really appreciate you making the time. The Anime Dad podcast fans love you and adore what you do. I'll be posting some teaser content before the podcast is released next week, and feel free to share it around. But no, thank you, Jason, and really, really appreciate your time and your freaking awesome talent.
Thank you, sir. I hope to be in New Zealand soon. I got to get there.
Heck yeah.
Take it easy.